Love you.
All right, everybody, here we go. Welcome back to another episode of Brad and Mira for the Culture, the Otherppl Show's weekly pop culture assessment. I am Brad Listi, joined, as always, by my friend and co-host, Mira Gonzalez. Hello, Mira.
Hello, Brad, and hello to our lovely listeners. How are you doing today?
I'm very excited that today's episode is brought to you by Penguin Press, publisher of the debut novel by Michael Clune. It's called Pan, and it is the official August 2025 book club pick. I just spoke with Michael Clune on the show. His episode aired a couple of days ago, and this debut novel of his was on the cover of the New York Times Book Review. It's about a teenager with panic disorder.
Sounds familiar.
So I figure, like, perhaps you were hired as a consultant. Like, did he bring you in to advise, or were you?
Yeah, it's based on me, actually. That's the book is it's called Pan with Michael Clune, and it is based on Mira Gonzalez. No,
that's right. That's why it's such a hit. It's people are electrified by this book, the debut novel by Michael Clune. Again, it is called Pan, available now wherever books are sold from Penguin Press. And then other news to report that seems like noteworthy. I would have to say the fact that my company, DeepDive, officially launched just a couple of days ago. I feel like that's a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't slept in months.
I went to bed last night at like 1 and I got up at 5.
Jesus fucking Christ, Brad.
I mean, we're talking on launch day, so it's like so many things to do. And I feel like launching a company is a lot of work. It's scary to do this. I feel like it's like, oh my God, it's going to be live. Like, is anybody going to like it? You know, you're sending it out into the world and you're hoping to manifest success. I'm getting like spiritual about it. I feel like I should be investing in crystals or lighting incense.
Mm-hmm. Doing some sage smudging, like.
Yeah. Like, I just want all the good energy, all the essential oils. I don't know what people do. What do people do to manifest success?
I mean, hire an Etsy witch. You know, you could hire a witch off Etsy to put a protection spell.
Like Etsy, the website?
Oh, like yeah. Etsy, the website. Yeah. You can go on there and you can pay some witches small amounts of money to curse things or protect things. If you've got an ex you don't like, or in this case, if you have a new company called DeepDive, you could hire an Etsy witch to bless the company.
Wow.
And if our lovely listeners would like to hire Etsy witches to do the same, that would be great. But don't let them curse the company because it's very important.
Yeah, please. Only like good witches. Only like positive witch vibes on DeepDive.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
That's so hardcore. Like, who's like, I'm going to actually put a curse on somebody. I'm going to go to Etsy. And
you'd be shocked.
You'd
be shocked how successful these Etsy witches are. They're making a living off of people like you, Brad.
It's a good business being a witch these days, I feel like.
I mean, you chose to do DeepDive, but you could have been an Etsy witch.
I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life, Mira.
So, did you do this to celebrate Mark Maron finally leaving podcasting? And you're thinking, I'm gonna take up the space that he's left behind with even more content.
He called me to let me know he's passing the torch, and I'm going to be carrying the podcast mantle forward. Like, I think he's great, and congrats. I mean, I think it's great that he had his run. He doesn't need to podcast anymore. He's getting so much work. He's a multimillionaire. Yeah,
you're just saying that because now you don't have competition, right?
Listen, he's on a different beat. I'm on the literary beat. He was on like the comedy and entertainment beat, but. I've thought about this. I think the question for every podcaster who gets started and does it for a while is like, well, how does this end? Like, when does this end? I don't know. And I think my joke has always been that I'm going to podcast to the death.
That sounds truly nightmarish. And I have to say, I will not be following you into the dark.
But I think it's actually interesting to contemplate. Like, if I podcasted from like my 30s and then let's say I live to be like 97 or 104 or something, and I just go all the way to the end of my life, never missing a week.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. The podcast would start to get like real incoherent after a while. You'd start talking about how you used to be the president of the United States, and then Carrie would be like, okay, let's put you to bed, honey.
I think it could become poignant. if it becomes just a life project. And like also because like I have this theory of the case that because there are so many podcasts in the world and it's such, there's millions of them. The only way to really distinguish oneself, unless you get like super lucky and you kind of catch a wave and you become like one of these, like, one of the very few like major, like globally recognized podcasts. I think the only other way to sort of cut through is to just be around for a long ass time.
I mean, but like imagine this. What if you never retired, but you maintain the same audience the whole time? Just the people who listen to the podcast now, they just keep listening to the podcast. The people who are into Deep Dive now, they just keep doing that. And it just stays the same until you die.
That's a hardcore listenership, though. That's people who are committed to their parasocial relationship with me.
That's really true. That's true. Those are the real fans, the hardcore fans. And hopefully they will be purchasing your Deep Dive audio lessons because it's worth it.
Yeah. So the debut course from Deep Dive, in case you're brand new to the show, is called How to Write a Novel. And it features more than 50 hours of never before heard insight, inspiration, and instruction from dozens of today's most celebrated contemporary authors, including people like Emily St. John Mandel, Steve Almond, Melissa Broder, Vivi Ganeshananthan, Porchis Tahakpur, Hannah Pittard, Lynn Steger-Strong, Stephen Graham Jones, Gina Frangelo, Todd Goldberg, Deb Olin Unferth, Antoine Wilson, the list goes on. So it's like an all-star lineup of writers, and I am the host of the course. And it's very human. It's not AI. These are real conversations. These are deep, like unhurried exchanges about writing fiction and like what it takes and how to do it and all the rest. So the course is out there and it launched, and it's like there's something kind of inherently stressful. I guess that's obvious. It's stressful to launch a company, and it's a little bit humiliating. Like you put I guess it's like when you publish a book, you're like, look at me. Look at me. Yeah. But you have to, but like you spend all this time on it. You kind of need people to like know about it. So I have to like do email blasts and newsletter mentions and podcast mentions and social media posts. Like, I don't know what else to do. You got to do that stuff.
I mean, Brad has been working very hard on this. He's learned various things. He keeps sending me like the website and like Instagram posts being like, is this good? Does this look good on your phone? So he is doing quality assurance also. I can confirm that it looks great on mobile. So, there's that. It is a mobile first company or something like that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It looks great on your phone.
Yeah. And just so you know, like anything that has to do with Deep Dive that isn't good. Like if it sucks, it's because
it's all your fault.
It's all me. I've done everything. Like, there's no part of it that I did not touch. So if you like it, it's because of me. And if you hate it, that would also be because of me. And the way that you listen to the course, like I think it's recommended to get the Deep Dive app. But to do that, just go to the website, www.deepdive.audio. And there are links. You can go to the App Store for the iPhone or for your Android phone. And you can listen to this course like wherever you go. It's meant to be user-friendly. It's meant to accompany writers like over the long haul as they work on a draft of their book. And right now, as part of like a launch special, you can get the course on sale for a limited time. So go to www.deepdive.audio. How to Write a Novel, the debut course, is out there. And I would love it if you would check it out.
Check it out, folks. Fans of the podcast, fans of Brad, fans of Mira, check it out. Don't worry, I am not featured in the novel writing course. I do not have good advice there, but perhaps in the future there'll be something more Mira friendly. So stay tuned.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Mira could teach a course on THC.
That's right. I could teach. I could teach like a scientific course on THC. I think I've got some knowledge. It's mostly wrong, but I do have some knowledge.
How to Sit on Your Ass and Get High by Mira Gonzalez.
No, that I could be an expert in. That I could really be an expert in. Or if you had like maybe a 50+ hour like Real Housewives history course. I mean, if look, listeners, if you guys want that, subscribe to Deep Dive and send an email to letters@otherppl.com.
Or feedback@deepdive.audio.
Or feedback@deepdive.audio. Tell them that you want a Real Housewives themed lesson. Tell him that you love him. Tell him that you hate him.
Just harass me.
Harass him.
Or lavish me with praise. I'll take either.
He'll take any one. So feedback is welcome. And check it out, because Brad will never financially recover if you don't.
That's right. I have everything riding on this company.
Support Brad.
Support Brad. www.deepdive.audio. Mira, how are you today? Enough about me.
Well, thank God we're done talking about Brad, because that was tough, right, folks? Let's get down to brass tacks and talk about what we're all here for, Mira. So, what's up with Mira? I woke up dizzy today for some reason.
You woke up dizzy?
Yep, dizzy. Woke up dizzy. Woke up and everything was spinning, which I think leads us to a brand new segment of the show. And
Whoa.
This segment is called, Is Mira Dying?
Mira's feeling heavy. Woke up dizzy. It's been wondering if today will be the end of
All right. Okay. So this is Mira Dying? And I guess there's going to be a battery of questions that I will guide you through, Mira, to determine whether or not you are, in fact, on death's door.
I'm ready.
So first of all, can you see me as we're talking? Can you hear me?
I can see you and I can't hear you, unfortunately.
What about your vision? Is your vision all right? Or
it's spinning around a bit. It's spinning around a little bit. I can see you, but you're kind of going in a little circle.
Who is the president, Mira?
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it.
How was your sleep last night? I think that's maybe a good question. If you woke up dizzy, did you have like restful sleep, or was it a bad night?
I can't really remember the last time I had restful sleep. I would say it was about normal, except that when I got up to pee, everything was spinning and I was like, I'm dizzy. That's funny. And then I kind of went back to sleep, but same weird sweaty dreams as normal.
Is that how you normally sleep? You sweat and you have weird dreams?
I don't always sweat, but I do always have weird dreams.
Well, no, I mean, how much you smoke all this weed and go to bed? No wonder you're dreaming of elves and shit or whatever it is.
Everybody says that weed is supposed to make you not dream, and I have tried, and it's never had that effect on me.
So, did you eat anything weird prior to bed that might have created this dizziness?
Yes, I mean. Where do you want me to list it all out? I mean, yeah, I'm sure I did. I had some candy. I had a sandwich. I had what else did I have? I don't know. I had all kinds of weird shit. I don't have a good diet.
What kind of candy did you eat?
Well, I was walking to dinner with my mother-in-law, and as I was walking down the street, I saw a Swedish candy store where you fill up a bag with whatever candy you want. And
was it Soccer Bit?
Yes. It was.
On 3rd Street?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves that place. You pay $35 for a bag of candy.
It was so expensive. My mother-in-law paid for it, and I was like, you're an angel, because I got so much fucking candy. Holy shit.
Yeah, my kids love that place. My daughter, I think it's trending. It's Instagrammable or something.
Back in my day, it was Candy Barrel was where you went for candy like that, but...
It's so unsanitary. All these just people, I guess you use little scoopers, but I feel like everyone's just breathing on these open bins of candy. It's
maybe that's why I got dizzy, because I have everyone's germs on the candy that I ate before bed.
Yeah, I feel like we're starting to make progress here. You ate a bunch of Swedish candy.
Licorice, specifically. A lot of licorice.
And then you had a sandwich, and then I'm assuming, were you smoking weed, or did you eat an edible, or?
Both.
And then before bed, I'm assuming you also watched something, you fell asleep watching TV or something? Or
I did. I fell asleep watching season 9 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. And those who are fans, which is probably nobody listening, will know that is the season when Brooks faked cancer for no reason.
So it's like true crime almost.
Yeah, but scarier.
But all right, I'm ready to issue a verdict.
All right, let's hear the verdict, Brad.
In this first ever installment of Is Mira Dying? I'm going to say you're not dying.
Not dying. Yay!
Not dying. And I just feel like the combination of Real Housewives of Orange County, the incredibly high dose of THC, and lots of Swedish licorice is the reason why you woke up dizzy.
I gotta say, I do plan on doing that exact combo again tonight. So let's see if we can repeat the results.
So scientific. Well,
I
you've
know.
got a control group, and then at some point we're going to have to introduce a variable. Like one night I want Mira to just be completely sober and to like, take a bath and like meditate before bed, light a candle.
Never gonna happen. That's something you've wished for maybe over a decade that we've known each other.
She'll have the worst nightmares of her life.
Yeah, I'll wake up like just spinning so much I can't stand, just sweating through my clothes, just worst nightmares I've ever had in my life.
So speaking of the worst nightmare I've ever had in my life, I went to see The Naked Gun with my family on Sunday.
And you loved it?
No. And I was so ready to love it. I was like, I had been reading about it, and then I got caught up in this like Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, like love story narrative that we talked about last week, and like how it's part of the publicity cycle. And it's this like,
I just love it. It's so sweet. Yeah.
It's like the feel good romance, like everybody can get behind. And then I also, when I was like in 7th grade, I think that's how old I was. Like my friends and I loved the first Naked Gun with Leslie.
What's his name? Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen. Like
it's so good. Like
all of those, like the Airplane movies and the Naked Gun movies from my youth were like, I want to say I went to see that movie in the theater like 10 times. Like my buddies and I thought it. Yeah, we thought it was like the funniest thing in that like prepubescent kind of era.
It is a truly impressive movie. Like so many just throwaway jokes in the background, like for no reason that just like clearly cost a bunch of money, but like you like wouldn't even notice it on the first watch. Like I get why you saw it 10 times.
Yeah, it was just fun. And I was like, okay, so now I'm going to like, pass the torch to my kids and they're going to have this Naked Gun memory. And like, we get into the movie and it's like, it's so not funny. Like there's nothing.
Damn.
I didn't laugh out loud once or even like chuckle.
Wow. Not even once.
No, River fell asleep.
I identify with that.
Yeah. My daughter's like looking down the row at me like, what the fuck? Like, why are we here? And I felt bad because it was bombing. Like the jokes are bombing so bad. And I kind of felt bad for Liam Neeson and bad for Pamela Anderson because I think the best part of the movie is that you can see their chemistry.
Right. You can see that they were falling in love.
You could see it. And they clearly have affection for one another and they have some screen chemistry. And they were both game. Like they were both going for it, and they're both good. Like I think that Liam Neeson is a fine actor and Pamela Anderson is like a much better actor than people I think ever realized.
Yeah, she's great.
She's good in it in terms of like, with what she had to work with. But
just not much to work with, maybe.
I don't know. But I mean, like, this is a movie that's like doing well. And like people are saying it's like really funny. And that makes me feel like alienated.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard nothing but good things. And I've been skeptical. And like now that you say it's not funny, like I feel even more skeptical just because it's like so hard to like actually, like it seems so stupid, the kind of comedy that they're doing. It seems so like childish or whatever, but it's actually like really hard to make that shit funny.
That's right. I think like maybe the hardest thing to do in acting is to like convincingly play a dumb character and to like do so in a way that's not like off-putting or annoying, but like you somehow make the person lovable, but also like believable as a true fool.
Right.
Like I want to say there used to be, oh God, I'm just pulling this out of my memory. I have no idea if it's true, but like a character like Woody on Cheers.
Yes.
Like Woody Harrelson, like that's a hard performance to give, to be like the dumb guy, and like Woody Harrelson did a great job of it. And like
a couple years ago, I watched all of Cheers for like, I don't know, I must have had depression or something like that. And yeah, like Woody Harrelson playing like a himbo, he's amazing at it.
Yeah, he's so good. I mean, that's very Gen X of you to watch Cheers. My God,
I know it was a strange time in my life. Not sure what was going on psychologically there, but it was certainly something.
You were in a dark place. So it wasn't good. It wasn't
good. Would you say that watching it felt like eating a spoonful of Drano and that it leaves you hollow inside?
That's right.
Or would you say that it was like having sex and that it was a painstaking and arduous task that seems to go on forever?
That's right. And Mira is, of course, quoting the great Leslie Nielsen, I believe, right? Those are like old school Naked Gun lines.
That's right.
those movies live on as classics. And like Leslie Nielsen, I think like that's what watching this new Naked Gun made me realize, is just like how good he was in those movies.
So good. And like, I mean, yeah, all of those movies, they stand the test of time. You can watch them to this day. And like, I know that like we've spoken about this and I was really high on LSD when I watched the movies, but I'm 99% sure that I could watch them like right now, stone cold sober, and still find them hilarious. Like the joke in Airplane where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the co-pilot and everybody can recognize him as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but he's just like, shh, don't tell anyone. And like, that's the whole joke. Like one of the best running jokes, I think, in any movie ever, maybe.
Do you know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is like notoriously like prickly and like he's not like, he's known to be sort of a dick. Like, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's just
not
like
super friendly.
He's just an introvert.
Right.
And, I don't think he likes being a
That's
public
so
figure.
funny to put him in that role, especially. I did not know that.
Yeah. I mean, he was in his prime back then as like a Laker, and like he was playing on the team and, all that. And he had been at UCLA. So he was like a big figure in like Hollywood. But there was a story, I want to say Charles Barkley was telling it. Like he came into the league, Charles Barkley did, in like the 80s, at the point where Kareem was like a vet. Kareem came into the league in like the early 70s. So by the time Barkley was like a rookie, Kareem had been in the league for like 12 years. And so Barkley's like this like ascendant young player.
I only know him as a talking head.
Yeah, he was a good player back in my childhood, and he was at the All-Star game. It was like maybe his first All-Star game.
Is that like Real Housewives Ultimate Girl Trip? Is that like when you have like the biggest stars playing each other?
Yeah. So he's telling this story about being like an all-star for the first time, and he's all kind of like wide-eyed and proud of himself and happy to be there, and like feels like he's a made man, and he's around all these huge stars, and he's one of them. He's like with, like, I want to say it's like Magic Johnson and maybe Michael Jordan. And so he gets to the All-Star game in whatever city it was in that year, and he's like, oh my God, is Kareem here? Like, I've never met Kareem. And these other guys who like knew Kareem and like what a dick he was, they were like, Charles, you should go introduce yourself, man. Like, go say hi. And like he walks into the locker room, and like Kareem is like reading a book before the All-Star game. He's reading like the Bhagavad Gita or some shit. He's like so serious.
He's like, I am become death.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he was reading. He was like reading War and Peace. And like Charles Barkley walks up to him and he's like, hi, Kareem. And Kareem just like looks up at him and he's like, I'm reading.
Oh my God.
Goes right back to his book.
That's the kind of celebrity interaction that I genuinely like wish for. Like that is like a much more unique and like fun story to tell than like a friendly celebrity interaction. Like when I met Anna Wintour and I put my hand out to shake her hand and she didn't shake my hand. She just looked me up and down and then walked away. Perfect.
So yeah, I get very uncomfortable around, like, especially if it's an intimate, there's a possibility of human exchange with a celebrity, like unless it's organic.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it. I tend to like be repelled by it. I don't want to be,
I feel the same way.
It's too loaded. So like if I'm in a room and I see a celebrity, like I'm not going anywhere near them.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Not unless there's like a conversation happening that you're a part of naturally.
Yeah. Or yeah, exactly. If somehow it happens that like I bump into him, it's like, oh, excuse me. Like that's fine. But like, I'm not going to go up to them and start chit chatting and,
which is how it happened with Anna Wintour, by the way. I did not go up to her. I would never risk that. That's insane.
That would be just like a suicide mission. But, I was, years and years ago, this is before we had kids and, Carrie was working. This was like the most random job she had, but there was like a stage production of The People's History of the United States in Boston.
Like the book, like
like
what's his face?
Howard Zinn.
Yeah, Howard Zinn.
He was like in his 80s, I think. Then he was kind of towards the end of his life, and it was like kind of a valedictory thing. But there was this old theater in the theater district in Boston. They basically figured out a way to like theatrically stage sections of A People's History.
That's wild.
Which is like nerdy and like kind of cool. And Carrie was working on it. And so I'm just like tagging along as her like fiance or boyfriend or whatever at that point. And I'm backstage in this theater and David Strathairn. Do you know that actor, David Strathairn?
No, who is that?
You would totally know him if you saw him. He was in like all the Bourne movies. You know, he's like this very serious. He's a great character actor.
Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, David Strathairn. You've seen him in a million things.
Oh yeah, I like him.
And he was there, and he's like walking around, and I'm kind of standing there, and I was like, oh my God. I was like to Carrie, I was like, there's David Strathairn. And she's like, oh, I can introduce you. He's real, he's right there. And I was like, oh, no. He's like, but like, it was like too late. And like, he walks past us and she's like, David, this is and he just like snaps towards us because he was running lines.
Oh, wow.
And I think what was going on was that I think he was nervous as hell because this is the kind of thing these actors are doing as like a favor.
Right. Like it's a favor or like fun if you like happen to be like a really big fan or some shit like that.
It's just like a prestige thing. Like I'm going to do this theatrical reading of the people's history. And like,
right.
And he was probably just like worried he didn't know his fucking lines because he's got to go out there. And it was like moments before he was going to take the stage.
Oh my God.
So like the worst time to be introduced to anyone. And she was like, David. And he just like snaps and looks at us and he's like, not now.
Oh shit.
And I was just like that is like the kind of exchange that
terrifying.
I wanted to die. I was like, just please, just like wheel me out of this theater. I want to say that I don't think that that moment was in any way illustrative of his character or anything.
No, I feel like you're like vulnerable also, like when you're trying to learn lines and like remember lines, reading lines, like you're very focused and like you're not like in your like actor mode where you're memorize the lines and you're like the one in charge of the stage. Like I could see like snapping in a moment. You're nervous. You're about to go on stage. You're reading your line. Like I totally get that.
I would have done the same thing. If somebody tried to like meet and greet me like right before I'm taking the stage, I would have been like, no, now.
Not now. It's not the time.
Yeah. I was like, Carrie, like you set me up. Like, don't ever do that again. Oh man. So Naked Gun sucked. I wish it were better. I wish I could have gone to see something that like was actually good, but maybe another time.
Well, if you want to see something actually good, let me tell you what I did this weekend. I saw Weapons, the movie Weapons, which
there's a movie called Weapons.
Yes. I did not just go to Walmart to look at the weapons wall. I did go see a movie called Weapons.
There's a marketing department at some like Hollywood movie studios. Like, how do we get Americans into the theater?
You can just name it Weapons.
That's right. We just put a movie out. We'll call. Hey guys, I'm just spitballing here. We'll put a movie out called Weapons.
Is that your like Woody Allen impression?
I don't know. It's my marketing executive at a studio voice.
It was great. Not much to say about it if you haven't seen it, but if you have seen it, I do want to say that Auntie Gladys is a diva who did absolutely nothing wrong.
Wait, who's Auntie Gladys?
Justice for Auntie Gladys.
Is that a character?
That is a character in the movie, and it is a spoiler. So, well, it's not a spoiler to know her name, but if I say anything else, it'll be a spoiler. So go see it, folks.
Wait, what is it? It's like it's
a horror movie, and this isn't spoiling anything because it's said in the trailer, but the premise is that a classroom of kids run out of their houses at 2:17 a.m., never to be seen again. And it's just one classroom in an entire school. So it's like the ramifications, after effects, causes of like these students doing a Naruto run out of their homes at 2:17 a.m.
So aside from Auntie Gladys, are there any other standout performances?
I mean, Auntie Gladys is really the standout performance. I would say Josh Brolin was really fucking good. He was like good, and like it's a movie that like I wouldn't even call it horror comedy, but I would say that like I laughed as much as I was scared, and like it did have jump scares that genuinely startled me, which is very, very rare for me. So his timing is incredible.
I like that when I'm in a movie. I think like seeing horror, that's why horror movies are still a thing in the theater, because it's fun to be in a room with a bunch of people and to scream.
It's really fun. It's fun to see a movie in theaters, and it's like fun. Like I was like startled, and I like, went like that. My popcorn kind of like spilled on me. Like it's like it's a fun experience. I love the theater.
Well, speaking of being terrified in a room full of people, I want to announce to our audience that Mira successfully purchased Chappell Roan tickets.
I did it, fuckers. I got the fucking tickets. I just to quickly go over my psychotic process for getting these tickets. You have to sign up.
Wait, where is she playing? Is she playing at SoFi or what is it?
No, she's playing at the Rose Bowl, but it's like that like smaller like area at the Rose Bowl where they do like festival stuff. It's like a golf course thing that they like put a stage in, and it's like right next to the Rose Bowl. It's like the smaller Rose Bowl. And it's like a mini tour. So she only has 2 dates in LA in October. And there was like a pre-sale that you can sign up for. And so you sign up and it's like a raffle, and certain people will get an email that's like, okay, you are accepted into the pre-order. You get to do the pre-order, or you'll get an email that says you weren't accepted in the pre-order and you have to just get them for regular sale. So once that happened, I signed up for pre-order. I had Tyler sign up for pre-order. I had Natasha sign up for pre-order. I had Natasha's mom sign up for pre-order. I had my sister sign up for pre-order. I had both of my brothers sign up for pre-order. My mom wouldn't do it because she was like, that seems too complicated. So I had an army of people signed up for pre-orders.
You did not ask me to sign up for pre-order.
I didn't ask you. That's so true. I could have asked you. Why didn't I ask you? I don't know what I was thinking. And I will be asking you next time, and it will be stressful.
I was too busy building a company.
Yeah, that's right. You're too busy building a company from the ground up. Lame. So my sister ended up getting into the pre-sale. And so I said to her, 4 is the maximum amount of tickets that you can get. So I said, get 4 tickets and Venmo me for it. Just get 4, just do it. And we wanted to get the VIP tickets, but they were sold out by the time we got there, by the time my sister got there.
Wait, what does a VIP ticket get you?
I think I was like looking at, I think it gets you like just like a better view of the stage. And I think you get like your own like merch and like water booths back there where it's like less of a line or something like that. I think it's mostly just like a better view, better seating and shit like that.
But you don't get to like meet and greet with Chappell Roan or anything.
I don't think so. I think sometimes VIP lets you get into the sound check where like she'll like answer certain people's questions, like a Q&A and stuff like that. But I think she's gotten too big for that. Like I don't think she does that anymore.
Yeah, she's like a rock star. You don't want to like all these meet and greets. Like these people have to be so. Like,
I legitimately like don't care about the meet and greet aspect. Like I love the music, love seeing her live. Like think that she's an amazing artist, but even like Taylor Swift, I wouldn't want to meet and greet. Like I just don't care. It's like I want to see you perform. I want to see you do your thing, but like I don't need to like let the kids have that. Little kids get excited about that. They should be doing that.
I mean, yeah, maybe after the show. I just can't imagine like having all these people come to see me and I'm about to go on stage and I have to put on like a 3-hour concert. But like because of some like promo deal with my record label, I've got to spend like an hour like shaking hands and taking pictures with people beforehand. Like sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it does sound like an absolute nightmare. I mean, I guess they get a lot of money for it and that's why they do it. But also, like, I don't love the idea of like accepting money for a meet and greet, like to like for fans, like paying more money to like meet and greet the person. Like
that kind of ensures you're going to meet the worst people. Like
yeah.
you're just like, you're going to like the fans that you least want to meet are going to be like, hi.
Right. And it's also just like weird. It's like, if you want to meet your fans, like you're making plenty of money off the show, just meet your fans for free. Like, that's like, why are you making them pay for it? Like, I think about, and I'm unfortunately going to quote somebody who annoys the living shit out of me, but Maddie Healy of the 1975 once said, if you want to charge your fans for a meet and greet, accept cash on the spot. Have them hand you $100 bill and see how that feels. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
You know, that makes sense. Make them accept money on the spot. It feels weird.
You're making enough fucking money.
Exactly.
You don't need to like make people pay through the nose to like get a picture with you. Like what they should do is they should just have like some of her crew or whatever go out into the stands and just pick people at random.
That's
like,
what Taylor Swift does. She has her mom go out in the stands and pick people at random for meet and greets, which seems like the way to do it. You pick people who are excited, who are like singing along, who are really like clearly stoked. That's how you get the best fans. Yeah.
Plus like you just make their year. Like,
yeah.
You know, they'll be so excited about it as opposed to like some rich family from Brentwood who's like, hi, like we have friends in the industry and like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like imagine like the excitement on the face of like some random 17-year-old lesbian being chosen out of the audience to go meet Chappell Roan. Like that's what you want. So,
Mira, how much did you spend on these tickets? And you have to be honest.
All right. So I'm going to be honest because I value you, Brad, my co-host, and also our beloved listeners. The tickets for VIP were $250 and I was 100% ready to spend that money. I was absolutely ready to spend that money. My sister and I agreed if it's under $300, we are going to spend that money. But we didn't get them. So I spent, including the parking pass, it was $138 per ticket.
Oh my God. This is nothing.
It's nothing. It's basically free.
Yeah. I was expecting, like, I remember when you went to the Eras tour to see Taylor Swift.
That's a number I might not even say out loud again ever in my life.
I think I grilled you about that too. And I think you said you spent like $1,200 on a ticket.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was like $1,000. Like it was somewhere around there. So when I saw, I mean, you know, $138 for a concert ticket is objectively not that cheap. But when I saw that, I was like, it's basically free. I'm buying 4 tickets. Like, this is fucking nothing. Like, at the last concert I went to, like, I had to pay, like, out the fucking ass for the fucking tickets. And then, like, getting there in the car. And then, like, fucking, I don't know, fighting my way through, like, sobbing 11-year-olds to be able to get to my seat. I mean, in all fairness, like, I am going to have to fight, like, hundreds of teenage lesbians to be able to get to the front row. But that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
It's a lot of like teenage lesbian energy going to be coming at you at that concert.
Powerful teenage lesbian energy. I mean, I would bet good money that I will cry multiple times, like Pink Pony Club, the subway. If I watch videos of Pink Pony Club, it's humiliating. I immediately start thinking, oh, gay people experiencing joy. Oh my God, the AIDS crisis. And then I cry every time.
And the band played on. I heard the song. Interestingly, I think I was on the way home when we were driving home from the Naked Gun. I was all depressed. And of course, I'm like DJing, you know, I'm like switching the radio station in the car, and the subway, the new Chappell Roan song came on.
Did you like it?
And my daughter was like, leave it, Dad. Let it play.
See, Evan and I have the exact same taste in music. Like we are on the same page.
Yeah. No, I mean, my like Carrie and Evan and like River loves anything. Like he's not like super particular, but pop music tends to resonate. And like, I'm the only outlier. They basically everyone in my family hates my musical taste. And then
they're like, Dad, we're done with the Grateful Dead. Stop. And you're like, River, okay, I'll play Fish.
No, River says he likes the Grateful Dead. My wife has like, she truly loathes my very favorite band.
Wow. You know what, Carrie, you're a real one. I've always liked you.
Yeah, she just can't tolerate noodle guitars of any kind. Like anybody starts noodling on a guitar, she just like revolts.
God, I am so with Carrie on that. And like, I really hope that like my brother and my mother don't listen to this podcast, because like the music that they love is noodling on guitar. It's like psychedelic, not the Dead, but like psychedelic noodling on guitar. And like, I can't fucking stand it. Like it makes me go insane. I want to listen to Britney Spears. Ever since I was a kid, I have felt this way. Like, stop playing Deep Purple. I want to listen to Christina Aguilera. I'm done.
Deep Purple.
Dude, I suffered growing up. Okay. You don't know the kind of vinyl collection that my parents own.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, I was listening to The Subway, which is kind of like about a jilted lover.
It's like a yearning lesbian. I wouldn't say jilted as much as like heartbroken, like a jilted maybe, but
or
like,
just like remembering
yeah.
like a love affair and like wishing that it were still there and like kind of mourning the loss of a love.
And it's about how like the subway specifically reminds her of this love, like going up the stairs, she sees her ghost, and how if in 4 months the feeling isn't gone, she says, fuck the city, I'm moving to Saskatchewan. Like, it's all about how the subway reminds her of this lost love.
Okay, so get ready for my theory on this song. I think Chappell Roan has actually committed a copyright infraction and has broken the law and stole the concept for this song from a singer-songwriter you may have heard of before. His name's James Blount.
Wow. So, Brad, I gotta say, there is a horde of teenage lesbians outside of your door who are ready to kill you for saying that just right now. Listen,
I have nothing against Chappell Roan, but I have to call this out because that, you remember that song by James Blount? It's like the only song that he ever...
That one?
So this song is kind of insane if you really listen to it. It was like this big pop hit, and it's like really like obnoxiously cheesy. It's a guy singing about some woman on a subway. But if you listen to the lyrics, like, I think he's like really high, which maybe you could appreciate, Mira.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm looking at the lyrics.
And he's riding on the subway and he sees a beautiful woman and they kind of make eye contact and he's super stoned and maybe she's with her boyfriend. So he's kind of stalking somebody else's girlfriend.
What the fuck? I didn't realize that this song was like about something so creepy and universal for women. Let me say, all the time you're on the fucking subway, some motherfucker is staring at you. I just looked up the lyrics, and I do want to do a I hope that we don't get copyright infringement. So I am just going to do a cold reading of the first couple of lyrics because I really didn't understand. I only knew the chorus. Okay, this
My life is brilliant.
Yes.
My love is pure.
Why do you know this? What the fuck? Like, I was in high school when this was released, and I still don't know all the lyrics. Like, it says, my life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. She smiled at me on the subway. She was with another man. But I won't lose no sleep on that, because I've got a plan. What the fucking shit? Like, holy shit. Okay, she caught my eye as I walked on by. She could see from my face that I was fucking high. And I don't think that I'll see her again, but we shared a moment that will last till the end. Jesus! This is creepy.
I think this is a common experience where people are on, like, haven't you ever been like standing on a subway platform and you look across the tracks and there's some like really attractive person and like you just have this like moment of eye contact and then like the subway, like the train like rushes into the station and then you like sprint like for the stairs and like go across to try to catch the person. But
I've had the experience of being watched and chased by men. Yes, correct. I've had that experience of being terrified when a man is staring at you and following you on the subway platform.
I think men can relate to this where you're like, oh God, she's so beautiful.
And then women can relate to it like, oh my God, stop fucking looking at me. Like, what is this guy's deal? Like, help.
Yeah, exactly. The guy's thinking like, oh my God, we're having a moment. She just made eye contact with me. Like, I think like maybe there's something here. And like she's texting her friend, like there's a weird guy on the subway in case I don't make it home.
Like, in case I don't make it home, I'm on the 14th Street subway platform waiting for the L train. And this man has a brown hair. He will not stop staring at me. He's running up the stairs. He's trying to get to the other side of the subway. Help.
You're beautiful.
See, the Chappell Roan music video for the subway is essentially her, I mean, in like a much more crazy way, is her chasing her lost love through the subway, the ghost of her lost love. And yet, not for a second did I think, oh, that's fucking creepy that she's chasing somebody through the subway. I think it's different for yearning lesbians. I think if a woman was looking at me and like doing that, I would be like, okay, yeah. I could I could see how that's kind of romantic. A man doing that, police. Call the police. I don't even call the police, I call the police.
The thing about it is that it's like so like biologically natural for like a heterosexual man to want
scare women.
Yeah. To want to terrify and intimidate women in public.
Just
on
frighten
trains.
any strange woman on a train that you see. That's it's in the male instinct. It's part of the male genetics.
No, but we are, in defense of like hetero men, we are wired to notice attractive women. And when we see an attractive woman, it there's like an extra click and you just sort of like catch yourself staring. That's normal. And yet like it's not allowed. Like there's nothing I like more in public than to like see
staring at a woman until she gets scared.
Like watching them, like I would watch like a eagle like soaring through the sky or whatever. Like it's like nice to see.
I can remember many years ago having a conversation with you where you were asking me, and I not in like a anti-feminist way, but in a genuine way. Like, okay, you say that you are afraid to walk alone on the streets at night, but like, why? Like, what exactly are you afraid of? Brad, that is what I'm afraid of.
Some guy with an acoustic guitar just going, you're beautiful.
Yes, exactly. Like, it happens all the fucking time. Like, some dude comes up to you and they're like, you're so beautiful, like, smile. You know, or like, just like the ones who are more bold will do that. And the other ones will just fucking stare at you. They'll just fucking look. And they'll just, I've always wondered, like, why is that? Men just stare and then they follow you. Every woman has experienced it. You're on the subway, some guy is staring at you, he gets off the subway with you, and he's just walking behind you for a long ass time. And you're like, what the fuck? I'm going somewhere really specific. There's no way this guy just has the same route as me.
Yeah, I think part of my education as a man, which you actually contributed to,
Thank you.
Was realizing that like I essentially came of age and have always existed inside of these like bubbles of male friendship with like unproblematic dudes.
Yeah.
Or at least largely. I have there's a few outliers. Few of my buddies could use some therapy. But not like in a way that's like, extremely overt or like shocking or anything. Yeah, hopefully not. But like mostly the guys that I hang out with are just like good guys who like women and respect women. And so I think when you are existing in that world and you all of a sudden hear all these stories, you're like, this can't be. Like, I know a bunch of guys. Nobody does this. And yet there are lots of guys who do.
Wow. I've taught you so well, Brad. You've really learned over the years. Brad and I have had a very, we've always had a good friendship, but I have yelled at him many, many times in my life about different views that I thought were incorrect. And what I can say about Brad is that he learns. He does learn. He's not someone who doubles down when, he realizes that it's creepy to stare at women on the subway. He goes, okay, yeah, I won't do that anymore.
I've gotten to the point where like I'm so paranoid about scaring women. Like when I walk my dog at night, especially, like I'm a fast walker, as you could probably imagine. I don't dally.
Yeah, of course.
So like I'm walking my dog, I've got my headphones in, it's night, it's dark, and like I'm on some kind of side street and it's kind of quiet, and there'll be like a woman or a couple of women walking and they'll be like ahead of me. I've gotten to the point now, like when I pass them, I go out into the street. And I feel like my dog softens things. Like I feel like if you've got a dog, it's less likely that you're going to be some sort of maniac. But men listening, listen to Brad. That's a good move. Get out of the street while they're going. That like shows immediately that you aren't like both the like you're respecting them and that you actually aren't a threat. Yeah, I don't want to pass at close range because I don't want them to be like, oh God, this guy's going to attack. Or if you're a gay man, you could just kind of like turn on the femme, and then like that also makes you feel safe. Like sometimes you're hiking and you like pass a guy and he clearly is like, hey honey, like trying to just make sure that like, don't worry, I'm gay, like you're safe. That is also a good thing to do if you're gay. Are you suggesting that I should pretend to be gay? Absolutely not. Nope, that is, don't do that. And in fact, I don't know if you'd be very good at it. Oh, they would never, I don't think they would buy it. I mean, you're like well-groomed enough. I feel like most straight men are like such a disaster that it's like, okay, obviously, like that's not a gay man, but you could maybe pass. Possibly. If you're not talking. I've told you in my like West Hollywood days, gay men were into me. Oh, yeah. I've gotten whistled at and like talked to and made like people have made passes at me. Like gay men have made passes at me way more than women have ever done so. Like that's attention. Because like other men are not afraid of other men, but women are afraid of men. That's right. It's like that thought experiment. Like, would you rather go on a one-on-one private date with a strange man or with a bear? And like most women chose the bear. She caught my eye as I walked on by. She could see from my face that I was fucking high. She ran in fear and she called her friends. She said, please help me. Yeah. She had a panic attack really weird. In the back of an Uber. She had to call an Uber because she was so afraid of the guy on the subway. That's realistic. There's something so great. I mean, there's a video of James Blount that I watched not too long ago. Like, I don't even know why. Like, it was on social media. Like, why do you know so much about James Blount? Like, what is this? No, there was just a really funny video that he made where he's like walking through his like very nice house with an acoustic guitar, I think, if I'm remembering this correctly. And he's like singing a song, maybe even to the tune of this song, where he's talking about how like he wrote a song about stalking somebody else's girlfriend while he was high. And it like made him millions of dollars and like bought the house that he's in currently. He's got a good sense of humor about it, essentially. It's like that one song from the Police. Every move you make, I'll be watching you. When I was growing up, I thought that was like a romantic song. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I thought it was about a guy like singing to his girlfriend or something. I mean, I think it's supposed to be that, but it's maybe just another instance of like men not realizing that they're terrifying every woman around them. And then P. Diddy recreated it, made it his own. That's right. And it all ties back to the sexual abuse of children on this pop culture podcast. So speaking of my education in the plight of women and the ways in which Mira has schooled me over the years, I think that is a perfect opportunity for this week's edition of the Brad Learns segment.
Wow, Brad Learns segment. Brad Learns.
Brad's lost in the glow of screens that never dim. Time slips right on by while he wonders where it's been.
So I just have a question, a Chappell Roan question, if that's allowed. I feel like I don't know enough about her and her fan base and what what going to a Chappell Roan show entails. Like, I know that when you go to a Taylor Swift concert, like all the girls in attendance are like trading bracelets. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Friendship bracelets.
Friendship bracelets. And so I feel like Taylor is so influential that other female pop stars would feel like some pressure to create some kind of different but similar phenomenon at their shows. Like, what do Chappell Roan fans like have to bring to a Chappell Roan show?
Well, I will say that like the Eras Tour bracelet trading thing has just become a thing in almost every concert now. So probably people will have those bracelets. But I mean, Chappell, so like she says always to bring something pink to wave in the air when she plays Pink Pony Club. So you're supposed to bring a pink item that you can wave. A lot of people bring like flags or bandanas or all kinds of weird shit. So you can get very creative with the pink item that you want to wave in the air. Sometimes there's themes. Like a lot of her old shows had themes where she would like announce the theme before the show, and then you're supposed to dress like that. I have no idea what I'm going to wear, and it is inducing a constant low-level panic attack in me. So we'll see how that results. But I don't think I'll bring bracelets.
Mira's going to bring her pink podcast microphone to the concert.
That's right. I do have a pink podcast microphone that Brad got for me for my birthday, I think. And I am going to bring it. It will break. We will have to postpone many podcasts afterwards because I went too hard with my pink Yeti microphone at the Chappell Roan show. It's going to be a whole situation.
Everyone's going to think it's like a dildo or something. What is this? It's a sex toy.
It's a brand new kind of sex toy. It's you're going to see it soon.
It's called the Yeti. What are and also as a part of Brad Learns, what are Chappell Roan fans called? Like if Taylor Swift fans are called Swifties, is it like Ronies or is there another name?
I mean, I don't think that there's like a name for Chappell fans yet, but I think that you might have just come up with it. I mean, Ronies sounds like the name of the fandom.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it would be. Chappellites.
Ponies, Ronies, ponies.
The pink Ronies.
It's so fascinating to me that this is like, you're such a devoted fan of like pop music.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the way that I rebelled when I was young, I think, like from a very young age. You know, I have very cool parents. I have parents who really are like anti-establishment, like not listening to pop music, like
they're hipsters. They're like hipster parents.
Yeah, they're like Gen X hipster. I mean, I guess Chuck is a boomer, but my mom is like Gen X hipster. Like she's like, I don't listen to new wave. I only listen to punk, as if that has like any meaning in this day and age. But from a young age, the first CD that I ever bought was Britney Spears' "Oops, I Did It Again." First concert I ever went to was Britney Spears on the "Oops, I Did It Again" tour. I have been rebelling since a young age. I think my mom really thought that I would grow out of it, and I simply never did.
Yeah. I mean, I think we formed these bonds when we're young.
Yeah. I mean, I think Britney was the one who started it all. And I mean, speaking of Mira's pop music dedication, there's a very big story this week, which I assume that our listeners will know. And if they don't, then stop listening to the podcast. I hate you. Just kidding. Please keep listening to the podcast, even if you don't know about Taylor Swift, because don't worry, I'll teach you. So Taylor Swift this week has confirmed that she will be releasing a new album, and she has released the title. I do want to say before this segment, before we started recording, Brad did give me a lecture about how we cannot go too long on Taylor Swift. So you're
too invested. I feel like you're too invested. It would be like if we did a segment on this show about the Grateful Dead and I just started going off.
We should do that. Like if not enough people buy your 50-hour novel deep dive course, we should do an episode on the Grateful Dead and then an episode on Taylor Swift just for punishment.
That's right. If you don't buy my deep dive course, I'm going to dedicate like entire episodes of this Brad and Mira show to me just talking about Dead and Company.
Not even the Grateful Dead, Dead and Company. It's going to be the John Mayer version.
That's right. We're going to just break down like Jerry or John Mayer. Who could shred better? I mean,
what's your answer?
Oh, Jerry.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, Jesus Christ. John Mayer, he's so fucking annoying. I recently met another person who slept with John Mayer, which makes 5 separate people I know who have slept with John Mayer who do not know each other. Fun fact. So,
my God.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift's new album, last night, she put a countdown on her website, and that countdown was for an announcement of the title of the album, which is all we know right now as of the recording of this podcast is the title of the album, which is called The Life of a Showgirl. Now, I'm going to be so fucking annoying. Like, I'm about to get so annoying to everybody that I know with this album rollout. I can feel it happening already. I can feel it in the pit of my stomach. Like, the annoying version of myself is just coming. It's bubbling out of my mouth. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not good. I might get a divorce.
Is it possible that like you could hate this album? There's no way anything she puts out you're going to like.
I've liked certain albums more than I've liked others. I'm a dedicated Swiftie, but that doesn't mean that I'm above disliking certain things. I thought Lover, like there's some songs that I really, really like on Lover, but when I listened to it, I remember feeling like this isn't very good. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Okay.
You know, so it's possible. It's possible. Although this album is supposed to be Nordic pop inspired, like Pet Shop Boys, ABBA, and that sounds like it's going to be really fucking good. So she announced the name of it last night. The place that she announced it was on her website, yes, but also on her boyfriend's football podcast. Her boyfriend and his brother, Travis and Jason Kelsey, do a podcast called New Heights. They teased Taylor Swift being a guest on it, which is how this whole thing started. And then she is going to be on the show, I guess, tomorrow. And like, all I can say is that like Taylor Swift has brought me places that I wouldn't go with a gun, like a football podcast.
I was going to say, if you're tuning in to listen to a football podcast, I mean, why doesn't she come on our show? Like, you're a dedicated true Swiftie.
Thank you. This is what I'm saying.
I'm like a clueless middle-aged guy. It'd be perfect.
Perfect. I mean, I would be so respectful. I would not ask her if she's gay even once. Taylor, if you come on the podcast, I promise I will not ask a single question about Karlie Kloss. I will be well behaved. I swear to God. I will not ask about the red scarf. I will not ask about the Polaroid picture. I won't ask about any of it. We can just be normal.
I don't know anything.
And he doesn't know that you're gay, so it's fine.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't care. But I'd be fascinated to talk with her. I bet she's probably a good hang. She's a pro.
I mean, I don't think anyone has ever met Taylor Swift and said, I don't like her, you know, so she must be friendly and like fun to talk to. It's pretty rare to have a celebrity where like nobody has a bad story about them.
Well, and also she's like so professional and polished.
Yeah.
Like she's not going to be a dick in an interview.
No, she would never be in a situation where she like had to be a dick. It's just not possible. So
she's rich enough that she doesn't have to be.
Exactly. Like she's rich and famous enough that she doesn't have to be.
You would hope. So
it launched, and then on her website, she had, so what was available was pre-orders for a vinyl of the album, which is going to come out. We don't know when. There's no release date. But still, she allowed you to pre-order the vinyl, which like the cover is totally blurred. You can't even see what the cover is. You don't know the track list. We don't know the single. We haven't heard any of it. Literally all anybody knows is the title. And my poor long-suffering husband waited in an online queue for 1 hour in order to purchase a vinyl record sight unseen.
What is the life of a showgirl? Like, are you a fan of this title?
I am taking an early hard stance on that title and saying I love it. I think it's an incredible title. I think that going from tortured poet to showgirl, amazing. Love it.
Okay, yeah, the sequence.
Yeah.
Because what was the last one? The last one was called Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah, that's right. That was the last era. And now
Which was kind of annoying. I don't know. Tortured Poets Department?
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of annoying, but also like I feel like people don't give her enough credit for being kind of like over the top and funny. Like I think she knows that it's like an insane name.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Like there's like something tongue in cheek about it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like Like, especially since like her ex was like such a tortured artist. Like, I feel like there's like kind of tongue-in-cheek element to it. I like this title a lot more than I like Tortured Poets Department, though.
So wait, the Eras tour was like the era, that was the last era that she was in?
No. Okay. So her eras are her albums. So she had like her Taylor Swift debut era, and then Speak Now era, and the Red era, and, you know, Tortured Poets Department era. In each of these eras, she like will dress differently to like kind of go with the theme of the albums. Often she changes her hair. She will often get into like new relationships, although I don't know if that's planned or not. That's a whole other podcast. So the Eras tour was her doing each era. So it would like start with one album, go to another album, go to another album, and she would play the hits from each era, which is why it was the Eras tour. So her last era would have been the Tortured Poets Department era, which...
And now it's going to be called the Life of a Showgirl era?
Yeah, exactly. But people probably will shorten it to, what, TLOS, probably? Same as Tortured Poets Department.
It'll just be the Showgirl era.
The Showgirl era. I mean, it's kind of like the Showa era, you know, like of Godzilla, but the Showgirl era.
I feel like she just finished this gigantic tour.
That's Eras. What everybody says, but like the Eras tour ended 2 years ago, and the gap between Tortured Poets Department and Life of a Showgirl is the longest she's ever gone without recording an album.
It feels like she's omnipresent. It just feels like my sister just went to see her on the Eras tour in December in like Vancouver.
2 years ago.
No.
It started 2 years ago, and then she performed for a full year.
That's what I'm saying. It was going up until like December of 2024.
Yeah.
She should take like 3 years off and like make people miss her.
I mean, she hasn't released an album in, like, again, the longest time she's ever gone without releasing an album. And she went the longest time that she's ever gone without being in front of a camera. So my feeling is, if you feel like it's Taylor Swift oversaturation, maybe you're thinking of her too much.
I am. I can't escape her.
I mean, but like she's like when like the Reputation era happened, she made a big deal about how she like wasn't in front of the cameras for a really long time. She just hid in her house. But like she hid for twice as long in between these two eras.
I feel like she needs to be in her J.D. Salinger era, where she's just like lives in New Hampshire.
I mean, she probably has a house there.
Yeah, refuses to speak to anybody. It's like her Howard Hughes era.
Her Howard Hughes era. She's going to have like tissue boxes on her feet and piss bottles all over her house.
That's what I'm here. I'd line up for that tour.
So what era do you think we're in?
You mean on the podcast?
Yeah, on the podcast and personally.
I mean,
I'm going to say, hopefully, I'm going to be hopeful for the first time in my life. The podcast is in its success era.
That's right.
You know, it's in its wealth era.
We're rising stars in this space.
That's right.
And I am in my senior citizen era now that I'm 50. I prefer to call it my Silver Fox era.
But it's a senior citizen era, let's be real.
My AARP era.
I'm in my might be dying era.
Yeah, stoned and exhausted era.
Yeah, my mysterious health problem era.
Stoned in my prime.
Stoned and far out of my prime era. So our next story today is about another absolute icon who I stan, Anna Delvey.
Wait, who is she?
So yes, for those of you who do not remember, I believe we talked about her on a previous episode. Anna Delvey is the famous scam artist who in New York City, and I do say artist on purpose, this woman is an artist, she went to New York City and she basically just faked being rich in an incredibly effective manner. So she would go out to these really expensive dinners with these very, very wealthy people. And, you know, she'd be like, oh, like I left my card at home. Would you mind covering this? Basically just calling their bluff, saying like, well, so you're not rich enough to just cover the meal? Like, I'll pay you back if it's really like, if you're that poor. And she just like did this over and over and over again to the point where she like, right before she went to jail, almost got like a multi-million-dollar investment in like an art thing that she wanted to do at the Park Avenue Armory. Like truly talented scammer until she got caught. So she got out of Rikers. She is now on some kind of like extended house arrest where she can be in certain areas and not in certain areas. She's got an ankle bracelet on. She recently did a photo shoot where she has like 2 rabbits on leashes. So the photographer, Jasper Soloff, said that they cooked up the idea of having Delvey walking rabbits down West Broadway in the shots.
Wait, and she's I was just thinking like she should do a nude photo shoot wearing only an ankle bracelet and then walking rabbits. Like that's kind of cool.
I feel like most of your ideas for like making famous people even more successful is like, what if they did something really weird and off-putting in the nude?
That's right. Just take your clothes off. And,
take your clothes off, do some weird shit. You're going to be famous. $1 million.
I wouldn't want to be handling rabbits in the nude, though. That's just, I feel like you need some sort of layer of protection.
I wouldn't want to be handling rabbits at all. I don't love them, but...
Wait, you're afraid of rabbits or you just don't care for them?
I would say that I'm maybe not extremely afraid of rabbits, but like very afraid of rabbits. I have like a rodent thing. Bugs don't bother me, snakes don't bother me, worms don't bother me, none of it. Rodents fucking scare the living shit out of me. And like it does extend. If I see bunnies in the distance in nature, I'll be like, that's cute. But if there's like a pet rabbit that's close to me and you can see its fucked up nose fucking separate from its fucking face and its sharp ass teeth and its fucking like weird way that it fucking hops and its body moves, it scares the shit out of me. I do not want to touch your pet rabbit. I don't want to be near your pet rabbit. No.
So my very first pet as a kid was an albino rabbit that I named him Peter.
Oh my God, it was albino? Oh yeah. No, with red eyes and everything?
Yeah, the whole thing. And I'm a huge animal lover and I wanted a dog so bad when I was a kid.
So
and
they're like, take this weird fucked up like glorified rat instead.
Yeah, you know how parents like will be like, oh, we're not going to get you a dog, but we'll get you a rabbit. Like they'll try to like somehow like stop me from getting a dog. And
always ends in some kind of horrible trauma too.
No, I mean, I had fish. It was like my parents went through all of these different phases trying to avoid getting a dog. And it was like fish. And then I found a salamander at some point, like a wild salamander. And I tried to keep it, but it died.
Jesus.
And then finally, like my parents took me out to this farm and like let me pick out a rabbit. This is when we lived in Wisconsin.
They took you to a farm and they said, this is your new home now, Brad.
They're like, yeah. Here's a white rabbit with red eyes for you to cuddle.
Here's a fucking demon for you to cuddle. Is this good enough?
Watch out, he bites. So I take this rabbit home, and like my parents had no idea like how to have pets. Like they were neither of them like had really raised animals. When they
also, like rabbits like shouldn't be pets. Like they're all fucked up when they're pets. They like eat their own poop and shit like that. It's just like, ugh. Unless they can be like outside, I guess.
Well, that's what it was. That was, I think, their logic was, we'll get him a rabbit. We'll put the cage outside. We don't have to have this thing in our house. He'll have a pet, and he'll stop bugging us about a dog. Which, by the way, I never did. So I eventually got a dog, but so we put this cage on the side of my house, and my parents like didn't even stop to consider that we lived in Milwaukee, where it's like below zero in the winter every fucking day.
Oh my God. And they left the bunny outside in the winter?
Yes.
Oh my God. What were they thinking?
One of like the like signal memories from my childhood was like getting up before elementary school, and I would go out like every morning so proud to like feed my little bunny. And I was like, I'm going to go feed Peter. It was like my pet.
Oh no.
And I walk out on a cold winter morning. There had been like a snow, and it was like sub-freezing temperatures. And I walk out to the cage, and Peter, to me, looks like he's asleep. And I'm like, Peter? Like rattling the cage. Like,
oh my fucking God.
I fucking run inside. This rabbit was frozen solid, like a rock.
Holy shit.
Yeah, just did dead as a doornail. And my dad felt terrible and like took the day off of work, and like he put it in a bag. And I remember we went out to this pond and we buried Peter.
What the fuck? I thought you were going to say you gave him a Viking funeral, like put him out on a boat and then lit it on fire.
I mean, I'm honestly impressed. I remember my dad like digging a hole. I was like, most parents would have just like thrown it in the trash, like.
Can you just throw a dead rabbit in the trash? Is that like illegal?
Sure. Yeah. Just put it in the green bin, like with all the sticks and branches and shit, you know?
Oh my fucking God, dude. I feel like when you get a child, a pet that is a rodent of any kind, it is going to end in like a trauma that they remember until they're 50 years old.
Yeah, it was never going to end well.
It's always going to be like the hamsters eating the hamsters' babies. The rabbit is freezing to death. I mean, like Natasha had rabbits for like most of her childhood, and I won't even go through it because there's so many, but every single one died a horrific death.
Yeah, they're hard to keep. Like, I don't feel like they typically don't have long lives either. I think it's like a couple years.
Yeah, I feel like part of my like fear of rabbits maybe sort of goes along with my feeling about most animals in general, which is like, you live in your place, I live in my place. I'm going to respect your space. I'm not going to try to put you in a cage. I'm just let you do your thing over there and not bother you, and you won't bother me. And there's a mutual respect there. A mutual respect which clearly Anna Delvey did not have, because it is now being claimed that the bunnies, which she had a photo of herself taken with, a photo shoot, they are now claiming that the bunnies were released in a park in Brooklyn's Prospect Park, and simply abandoned afterwards.
So wait, so this photographer is the one who sourced these rabbits, I gotta believe? Like, he shows up with some bunnies to do the photo shoot, and then they take the photos, and then they just leave the bunnies in the park?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they borrowed the bunnies from somebody who owned bunnies and rented them out for photo shoots, I guess. And then instead of like returning the bunnies, they just let them go free in Prospect Park. And we found this out because somebody posted an Instagram story showing the bunnies. I'm not totally sure who it was who posted that story, but there's like photos of these bunnies all over Prospect Park. Somebody found them and somehow noticed they were the same rabbits, basically.
This feels very RFK Jr.
Everything about this just smells like RFK Jr. I know an RFK Jr. plot when I see one. Yeah. He was involved in some capacity.
And for those of you listening who might not be aware, RFK Jr. is obsessed with like collecting dead animals and weird animals. And like notoriously, I think most people have heard this story. He he left a dead bear cub in Central Park like many years ago.
He claims that he found, quote unquote, found a dead bear cub and then put it in his car and left it there for like 12 hours and then staged it in Central Park with a bike so that people thought that it was run over by a bike. And we are getting word that RFK Jr.'s team is out there looking for the rabbits because he's concerned that they are not dead yet. He's concerned that nobody has murdered them in a heinous way, and that's like really unacceptable for his Maha platform.
He read this story just like seething with envy.
He wants to make like a winter like coat of rabbit pelts, like 101 Dalmatian style. He's just hunting down rabbits all over the country.
It's like the photo shoot he wishes he had done. Walking rabbits on a leash, and then I guess like she didn't kill them. He would have then killed them and turned them into like some sort of like winter coat made of pelts. Yeah,
I mean like the bear photo shoot where his hand is so far in the bear's mouth that it's clearly touching the bear's brain. I feel like after that, you kind of have to like up the ante. Like you would have to have like a dead rabbit like on each arm and then like one on his head also, like 2 dead rabbits for shoes.
So what's the state of these rabbits? Were they collected? Like are they in a safe place now, or are they just still running around Prospect Park?
I think somebody collected them. Somebody found them because there is a picture of a girl with 2 rabbits, like, holding them in her house saying like, I found these rabbits, and clearly they are from this Anna Delvey photo shoot. So I guess some people found them. And then they're now saying that instead of using professional animal wranglers that exist for this kind of thing, that they found somebody online who was giving away free rabbits in Yonkers. And then they just let them loose after.
By the way, most people who get rabbits get them from somebody who's like, yeah, please take it. Like there's just so many rabbits. They don't have homes. Like,
they believed mistakenly that there were existing rabbits in Prospect Park. And for those of you who have been to Prospect Park, it's really very clear that there are no rabbits in Prospect Park. That's insane.
And this whole thing about like putting a leash on a rabbit. I used to see a guy in my neighborhood back when I lived across town who used to walk around the neighborhood with a rabbit on a leash.
I mean, is it like worse than just leaving the rabbits in a cage?
I mean, they don't belong in the city. You shouldn't be walking a rabbit around the city.
But like, then I feel like one should argue that you just shouldn't have a pet rabbit in a city at all.
Yeah, I don't know but what do you do? It's like you put it in a cage, like you take it out and like have it sit in your lap.
Right. It's like if you're going to own a rabbit in a cage, probably is actually like a nicer thing to do to walk it than to not walk it.
Yeah, like weird pets are weird. Like when
weird pets are weird.
When people have like birds and shit, like I feel like that's a big commitment. And yet there's a part of me that thinks it's kind of cool to have a parrot that's like with you for like 75 years. It's
kind of cool, but it's also like, Jesus Christ, now this parrot is going to be fucking talking all the time. Like my brother had a girlfriend in high school who had a parrot and a wiener dog. And the wiener dog would bark at the parrot and the parrot would bark back at the wiener dog. And it was this cycle that would just go on fucking forever. And it was the most crazy making thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that kind of sounds cool, but then you actually have to do it. And like, this is another pet that I had when I was a kid. I had 2 parakeets named Chipper and Snowflake.
Wow.
And we got them from my barber. He had them and he was like, you can take them.
Barber? That's so weird.
Totally random. He had like a cage in his barber shop with these 2 parakeets and I was like obsessed with them. I just loved animals. And he somehow was like, you can take them. And my parents were like, all right, like this is a compromise. Like we'll let him have birds.
Birds seem so much like more difficult than a dog.
They were obnoxious. They chirped all night long. Nobody could sleep. My parents were miserable. We took it back to the barber. I remember that. We had to like get rid of Chipper and Snowflake.
They're just like, birds just don't want to be pets. Like they want to fly. They want to be loud as fuck. Yeah. Having said that, we did get a pet bird this week. And I'm not kidding, although it's not really my pet. There's a hummingbird that hangs out, we've noticed, kind of like around this one area in our yard. So we put a hummingbird feeder there. And now this hummingbird, there's one little branch off of this tree and the hummingbird is there all day long. Just goes to the feeder, eats a little bit, goes back to its little branch. And like seeing a hummingbird perfectly still is so fucking weird. I've never seen it before. Like preening itself, just kind of hanging out. Like it's our pet hummingbird. We named it the Mayor.
That's awesome. Yeah, hummingbirds are cool.
Yeah, they're cool as fuck.
And hummingbird feeders, I should get one. My kids would like that because if you put one of those out,
yes,
they'll collect. And have you ever seen one like in action where there's like multiple hummingbirds all like feeding at the same time?
We've seen it in our yard. There's like other hummingbirds and the Mayor is a little bit territorial, but the other ones will come too, where it's like 2, 3 on the same feeder.
Yeah, and they make a noise like their wings are batting, and it's like you hear the hum. You know?
Yeah, you hear it. It's like it's really fucking like insane and like vaguely magical. If you get a hummingbird feeder, and this is some advice that we learned the hard way, ants will go all over it. You have to get the kind that have an ant moat on top. I don't know what it is, but it's like a little cup of water on top of the hummingbird feeder, and it makes it so no ants even try to get to it.
All right. Yeah. Is this why you had ants in your house a couple weeks ago?
I don't think so, because at that point we had taken the hummingbird feeder down.
Oh.
So I don't even know. Like there was like ants on the hummingbird feeder and then we took it down and then like 3-4 weeks later, ants in our house. So I don't know. The mystery of the ants is ongoing.
But it hasn't happened again. Like
it hasn't happened again. Thank fucking God. I mean, I did like, caulk everything like an insane psychotic episode. So that probably helped. Although the caulking, I got to say, doesn't look good. And I probably shouldn't have done it myself, but I was desperate.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just getting these bugs out of my house.
Speaking of bugs in houses, pretty good, right?
Hey.
Our next story is about Katy Perry, who is demonstrating just a masterclass in bad PR and self-destruction. You might want to get her for a deep dive just to do a class on like how to absolutely fuck your entire career with just the worst PR stunts that the world has ever seen.
She really is doing like an incredible job of just torpedoing whatever success she had built.
She's doing just like a speed run of like career failures. Like every single thing that you could possibly do, it's like she's trying to fail her career. Like, does her publicist hate her? That's the only thing that I can think. So, okay, for some background, just before I say what exactly is happening right now, those of you who have listened to our podcast and follow pop culture will remember Katy Perry's court fight between her and nuns because she wanted to buy their convent. And so wanted to kind of buy it out from under them. So she was in a lengthy court battle with these nuns who are basically begging her to not take their convent that they lived in for their entire lives, up to the point where one of the nuns died in court, and her last words were, "Katy, please stop."
Jesus Christ.
So, Katy Perry is arguably cursed for her entire life because of that. But it also seems like she's, addicted to stealing property from, dying elderly people, because apparently she is now in a war against an 85-year-old dying veteran to get his mansion from him. So what happened, long story short, is that she bought the mansion from this guy. Then he said basically he had just gotten surgery. He was not he didn't have the mental capacity to sign over his property and wanted it back, which led to a pretty lengthy court battle that they had. And they're still having. And now Katy Perry has countersued him for the money that she has lost from not being able to rent this property out, which was apparently her plan.
This story in the New York Post is there's just tons of photos of this guy in his in his hospital bed, surrounded by his family. This family is clearly they've clearly retained the services of a very good publicist.
Tree Paine.
Yeah, Tree Paine is advising them on how to attack Katy Perry through the press, but this poor bastard is in his hospital bed. He looks like he's dead, and his kids are his grandkids are hugging him.
Yeah, it's it looks like his last moments. It looks like he's about to say his last words. His children are "I love you, I miss you." His name is Carl, and Carl suffers from Huntington's disease. So at this point, he has late stage dementia and Huntington's disease. Totally not coherent, not able to really understand what's going on around him, at least at this point. So, there's, I guess, questions about how he was before. And the family had a quote, which my God, yeah, this family has retained a great publicist and a great lawyer, because they are playing this shit as hard as they possibly can. So a quote from the family of Carl, from their lawyer, says, "Katy could have walked away at any time with grace and humanity. Instead, she has chosen to fight a dying man in court, all for money. Okay, that's who we're dealing with here. He is bedridden. He has late-stage dementia and Huntington's. His ability to speak kind of ebbs and flows. Some days are better than others." Damn. Fucking damn. Fuck her up. Get her ass.
Just, I don't see why she doesn't just back off and just buy another house.
There's so many mansions in Santa Monica that are available for purchase. Just pick another one.
I think it's in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. Okay, yeah, Santa Barbara. Plenty in Santa Barbara available for purchase. Pick another one. Also, bitch, you already have a house. You already have 10 houses probably.
Yeah, you already have a convent.
And yeah, exactly. You already have a convent that you stole from nuns. And she was planning to rent this out, supposedly. So it wasn't even a property she wants to live in.
I feel I guess this is nothing new. I feel like celebrities have done this for a long time, but it just feels like it's really getting more and more intense. Celebrities just buying real estate and flipping houses, and they kind of buy them in this mania, and then they design them with all this money they have, and they can kind of indulge their every aesthetic whim.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get tired of them in 6 months, and then they just put them on the market and try to make a huge profit. And then they go do the next thing. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi have literally bought hundreds of houses.
It's where the real money comes from. Ellen is not rich from doing that daytime talk show. It is from the property that she has flipped and sold. If you see any housewives, either they have a husband who is the CEO of a major company, or they have a family that's just flipped property for generations.
Yeah, they made she's made Ellen DeGeneres has made a fortune. Katy Perry, I guess, is maybe trying to build up a portfolio, but
she keeps losing her money to dying old people.
So, okay, so she she went to space.
So she went to space.
She made that album that tanked.
Okay, so the next story that was that came out this week alongside this dying veteran story is that Katy Perry filmed a music video in an environmentally protected area in Mallorca, and is now being fined.
By what? By the country of Spain?
By the country of Spain, yeah. So she was filming in a protected area of Spain without permission on the Balearic Islands. I don't know where the fuck that is, but it took place in a strictly off-limit zone of the protected area. And now they are Oh, the fine's not even that much. They're charging the production company $5,000 fine, which is not, I mean, considering like it's not that crazy, but the fact that she was like, she's fucked up so badly somehow that she has been fined by Spain's Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Natural Environment is wild.
Filming a music video?
For filming a music video. Like, she couldn't have picked any other beautiful beach in Spain. There's so fucking many of them. She had to pick, like, the place that you're not allowed to go to. She had to pick the environmentally protected place. Like, what the fuck?
Why didn't she should have done her music video in space. You're going to go to space, like, at least do a music video.
That's so fucking true. So true. And, like, speaking of space, the other story... And this isn't even all the bad stories that have come out with her this week. Like, she is truly, it's impressive. I'm genuinely impressed with how bad her press has been.
And then she broke up with Orlando Bloom.
And then she started dating fucking the Canadian
Justin
Trudeau. Like, what the fuck? It's insane. And so, okay, so there was a interview this week with icon diva, my favorite person ever, Mariah Carey, who was told for the first time, which is really funny, was told for the first time that Katy Perry went to space. The interviewer was like, "Did you hear Katy Perry went to space?" And Mariah Carey was like, "What? Like, space? What the," like, just like could not really fathom it. And then when she did fathom it, the interviewer asked her if she would want to go to space also. And Mariah Carey's response was, "I think I've done enough." Which, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, she kind of keeps a low profile. I don't feel like you don't hear from Mariah Carey in the way that you hear from like Taylor Swift or
no. Mariah
Katy
Carey's
Perry.
a professional. She's just like a professional singer. I saw her play in Las Vegas at one of her Vegas residencies. That woman, and I know like it's obvious to say that woman can sing, but like, holy fucking shit, I felt like I was witnessing like an exorcism. Like, the way that she just goes into those whistle tones, like without even warming up to them, she'll just immediately go like, ah, like into the fucking crazy ass tone. And you're like, holy shit. At one point she picked up her cup and she drank from it. And she said into the mic, she's like, "This is water. This is supposed to be tea. One of you's getting fired tonight." Like, not even as a joke even. Somebody was getting fired that night.
Yeah, I feel like she'll fire you if you don't like have her rider like fully, like, you know, what's the word? Like, if you don't deliver everything she wants. You know how these celebrities have?
Oh yeah, on their riders.
I want certain M&Ms and I
green
want
M&Ms,
organic broccoli or whatever.
I mean, I've known some musicians in my life with riders. There's a musician who I knew in the past, and on his rider, he insisted on having 20 whole carrots and a tub of hummus. 20.
And one tub of hummus?
And one tub of hummus.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I feel like, I want to say I read that Jennifer Lopez insists on having like only white furniture.
Jesus Christ. Jennifer Lopez, I know through an inside source, so I won't name so I don't get in trouble, that she is like one of the most difficult celebrities to work with. Insanely demanding.
I bet.
So, I mean, what do we think is next for Katy Perry's just spectacular failure tour? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm starting to kind of feel sorry for her. Like, I think she's having a rough time.
Yeah, I mean, she is clearly having a rough time. Like, but also it's like, it just doesn't feel that hard to not fuck up. Like, don't hire Dr. Luke. Don't go film in a protected area. Don't go to space with Jeff Bezos. Like, what?
Yeah. But it's like, that's the thing. It's like when like one of your friends is just like in a spiral and you're like wanting them to stop and they can't stop.
Yeah.
She needs to just like, this is the thing. She needs to just go not be famous for a couple years and just like decompress and then make an album eventually. Let people miss her a little bit. Just come out of nowhere again. You know?
I mean, I think she should do the opposite. I think that she should really like lean into being incredibly like impossible to like, just like the least likable person on the planet. And she should be caught on tape physically and emotionally like abusing a beloved, like Willie Nelson. Like, she should be caught in like some kind of horrific legal battle and like physical altercation with Willie Nelson.
Yeah, like somewhere in Hollywood, Tree Payne is in like a darkened office, like on like a burner phone, and she's like, "Release the Willie Nelson tapes."
She's like on a private island somewhere, like typing James Bond style into the computer about her next plan, which is to have Carrie or fucking Katy Perry decimate like the world's polar bear population.
Just like Katy Perry with like an assault rifle, just sniping koala bears, like for fun. She's hunting koala bears,
right? Just like no reason besides fun. Like I was gonna say she'd make a coat out of them. Nope, she's just sniping them for fun, leaving the dead koalas there.
Yeah, just laughing over their carcasses.
She's gonna host a music video at like a coal burning electric plant.
Yeah, that's where the Katy Perry Festival is going to take place, at a coal burning electric plant in West Virginia.
But the coal miners are going to be banned. They're not going to be allowed to go.
No way. Yeah, they can't unionize. They're going to have to set everything up. And
she's going to become a union buster somehow.
I mean, that's kind of the track that she's on. I mean, it's like cartoonishly, bonkers. She's like stepping on the rake and it's hitting her in the face, and
just the Snoopy with the football over and over again, and just like it's like a slapstick comedy tour of how to do all of the wrong things.
I think I've done enough.
And Brad, you know what? I think we've done enough.
I think we have. Mm-hmm. I think that we've given it our all today, and I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us too, and I'm proud of our listeners, and you know what? I'm proud of Katy Perry.
Yeah. So it's good to talk with you, Mira. Thanks to everybody for listening. If you ever want to chime in, if you have any thoughts on the show, you can reach us at letters@otherppl.com. Send us a voice memo, and maybe we'll play it on the air.
Bye-bye.